That is to say that it only registers in reality in the form of repression, as repression, and not as something that first is and is then repressed. And this is why if we simply focus on the content, we lose this specificity. We lose this dimension of not fully being as the very mode of being of this particular thing, which is precisely the mode of repression. And I'll just stop here, but so there's no lifting of repression that could grant us access to repressed content as if it existed positively. This understanding of repression as process obviates the need to specify the boundary between basic or necessary repression and surplus or unnecessary repression. And this is to say that there is no functional rationale for repression. It does not serve to harmonize pleasure and necessity. What is originally repressed is not what is counter to social productivity. Rather, primal repression fixes the difference between what is productive or counterproductive. Desubstantialized or unconscious pleasure is what Lacan calls enjoyment, or jouissance. But enjoyment does not pre-exist repression. Repression constitutes enjoyment. From this perspective, what is questionable in Marcuse's account is its substantializing of libido as, quote, a force governing the entire organism. Marcuse characterizes libido in terms of an originally plenitude or fullness that is subsequently fragmented into a multiplicity of drives by basic repression. And indeed, Marcuse's substantializing of libido as a positive force investing the whole organism is surprisingly redolent of Deleuze and Guattari's claim that desire in the pure state would be, quote, a pure fluid in a free state, flowing without interruption, streaming over the surface of a full body. That's from Anti-Oedipus. It is precisely this positivization of libido as a separate force independent of the death drive that fuels Marcuse's suggestion that, quote, eros freed from surplus repression would be strengthened, and the strengthened eros would, as it were, absorb the objective of the death